To live well and prosper, first know your natural bent, your star, your genius, and the place suitable to these. Here live, follow your natural profession. Chapter 23 from Marsilio Ficino's 3 Books on Life, the 3rd book, translated by Carol Cask and John Clark. Whoever is born possessed of a sound mind is naturally formed by the heavens for some honorable work and way of life. Whoever therefore wants to have the heavens propitious, let him undertake above all this work, this way of life. Let him pursue it zealously, for the heavens favor his undertakings. Assuredly, for this above all else you are made by nature, the activity which from tender years you do, speak, play, act, choose, dream, imitate. That activity which you try more frequently, which you perform more easily, in which you make the most progress, which you enjoy above all else, which you leave off unwillingly, that, assuredly, is the thing for which the heavens and the Lord of your horoscope gave birth to you. Therefore they will promote your undertakings and will favor your life to the extent that you follow the auspices of the Lord of your geniture, especially if that Platonic doctrine is true, with which all antiquity agrees, that every person has at birth one certain daemon, the guardian of his life, assigned by his own personal star, which helps him to that very task to which the celestials summoned him when he was born. Therefore, anyone having thoroughly scrutinized his own natural bent by the aforesaid indicators will so discover his natural work as to discover at the same time his own star and daemon. Following the beginnings laid down by them, he will act successfully, he will live prosperously. If not, he will find fortune adverse and will sense that the heavens are his enemy. Hence there are 2 kinds of people who are unfortunate beyond the rest: those who have professed nothing, do nothing at all; others who subject themselves to a profession unsuited to their natural bent, contrary to their genius. The do-nothings vegetate lazily when all the time the ever-moving heavens are continually inciting them to activity. The misfits, while they do things unsuited to their celestial patrons, labor in vain, and their supernal patrons desert them. The first sort confirms the ancient proverb, "The gods help those who are doing something, they are hostile to the lazy." The second confirms another ancient proverb, "Do nothing with Minerva unwilling." I think it is for this reason that the Pythagorean verses beseech Jupiter, either that he himself would relieve the human race of its many evils, or that at least he would show us the daemon we should adopt as our leader. Consequently, it would be worthwhile to investigate exactly what region your star and your daemon initially designated you to dwell in and cultivate. Because there they will favor you more. Assuredly, it is that region in which, as soon as you reach it, your spirit is somehow refreshed through and through, where your sense stays vigorous, where your physical health is stronger, where the majority favor you more, where your wishes come true. Learn about these things, therefore, by experience. Select the region where you find them. Inhabit it in good fortune. When you leave it, your fortune will be bad, unless you return and undertake similar activities. But while you are within this region, exercise by keeping constantly in motion and making various circular movements like those of the heavenly bodies, since by their movings and circlings you were engendered. By making similar motions, you will be preserved. In addition, it will be useful for you to keep in mind what pertains to your dwelling place. Just as the country supplies the city the food necessary for life, but the city consumes it, so also you extend life itself by frequent residence in the country, where weariness will never begin for you, but in the city you wear down your life, as much by not working as by working. As far as pertains to dwelling and profession, that saying of the Oriental astrologers is by no means to be scorned, namely, that by change of name, profession, habits, manner of living, and place, The celestial influences can be changed in us as much for the better as for the worse. The Platonists will judge that daemons also are replaced, or that we behave differently towards the same daemons in one place and another. The astrologers agree with the Platonists that the guardian daemons of every individual whatsoever can be two, the one proper to his nativity and the other to his profession. As often as our profession agrees with our nature, we are attended by the same daemon for each, or at least a very similar one, and our life will then be more internally harmonious and tranquil. But if our profession sits ill with our natural bent, the daemon acquired by art is discordant with the natural genius, and the life troublesome and full of care.